My mother passed away with lung cancer, and the day after my mother passed, I found out my father was terminal. And a year later, he passed. But somewhere in between that, my mother's passing and my father's illness, I developed anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. I just want to know that my mom's at peace. And I've come to the conclusion by listening to a lot of these readings that she is. I don't really need someone to validate that for me. I know that. I feel it, um, which is like a huge breakthrough. For me to even acknowledge that I recognize that is a massive breakthrough. So my stepfather gave me a deadline of 2 weeks to get my mother's belongings out of the house. My mother then was cremated and put in an urn for two, where she sat in a funeral home for 9 years, waiting for him to pass. And we had a big court battle, and all we wanted was our mom's ashes. And so just this past summer, in July, we were able to, thank God, we were able to carry out her one and only wish that she said out loud, which was to have her ashes scattered at a cemetery where other family members are. And it was a beautiful ceremony, and we were able to do that. And I mean, I can't be more grateful. So I think that's where the stress came from. It wasn't actually about my mother's passing. It was more about the circumstances around her passing and feeling absolutely helpless, that I wasn't able to carry out her wishes. I felt like she was disappointed in me, or that I let her down in some way. And I think that's where all the anxiety came from.
So what I would like to do is I would like to ask our angels and guides to help assist us in this connection, in this reading, for the highest outcome for Kelly. Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you to do me a small favor. I'd like to ask you to close your eyes. I feel that you're on guard and you're putting up protection. And I'm just asking you to relax and to ease and to maybe look up at your third eye. Like that third eye is what I'm looking for, so that we can make a connection today. And if I asked you a color that is a healing color for you, what's the first thing you would say?
I would say green.
Very good. I would like,
Reminds me of nature.
yes, very good. Beautiful, beautiful starlight green. I want you to imagine a light, a pin light, a very small spark of green light, like a star far away in the sky. And I want you to imagine that starlight coming towards you and right in front of your face with your eyes closed. I want you to allow this little green healing starlight in through your third eye and keep it in your mind. I want you to imagine this green starlight to expand through into your entire mind, your entire head. I want you to open it up and expand this green light so it's throughout your entire body, so that your entire body is filled with this green healing starlight. And I just want you to take a breath in and out. And allow this healing green starlight to heal you while we're getting our messages. Hey, your guides are coming in. Nice job. Nice job, Kelly. I see like a guide that is in the driver's seat, a guide that is helping to guide you. I mean, he's showing you the way. He's got like a steering wheel in his hand, and he's telling you, Kelly, I got it. He's saying he's steering Let him steer. He's the driver. You relax. You're the control that you're trying to control things is what is wearing on you and being heavy on you. He's saying, lift the control, let go of the wheel. Let you know that song, Jesus Take the Wheel, but he said he's driving. You're not letting him drive. He's trying to drive. He's trying to help direct you and guide you in your life. He's trying to move the steering wheel and you're holding onto it too tight. He can't help guide you. You're resisting the guidance. He's saying, let it go. Put the wheel down.
I definitely need to, I definitely need to let go.
He's saying, have a steering wheel in your hand.
Okay.
He wants you to look down on the ground and there's a suitcase on the ground. And he wants you to take the steering wheel that you have in your hand so tightly that your fingers are made marks in it, made dents in it. And I want you to put this steering wheel in the suitcase that's sitting at your feet. Is that something you feel like you can do today?
Yep.
Okay. So once you put the steering wheel in the suitcase, I want you to close the suitcase and lock the fastens, do the little clips on it, lock it closed. And I want you to pick up the suitcase. Let me know if it's too much for you, Kelly, because I want to be really, really gentle. But your mom is here and she wants to take the suitcase from you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
She said, it's time to hand it over, Kelly. It's time to let it go. Give it to me. Give it all to me. Give all the burden. Give all the control. Give all the poison that you've been hanging on to. She said, give it all to me in this suitcase. Can you hand it to her? And let me know when you've let go of the suitcase.
Okay.
Your mom is doing this. She's wiping her hands and saying, that's all over with. We're done with that. She's very much a task-oriented girl. She's like, good girl, Kelly, good girl. She's so proud of you for letting go of that. That was not your burden to carry. And your guides are ready to drive now. Your guides are fueling up and they're moving from a little jalopy and they're getting more into their jet. And they're saying, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Your mom is saying these burdens are not for one person to handle. They're not for one person to carry. These burdens are to be handed off to your angels and your guides. We are all here to share and to carry these burdens for you. One human is not capable of handling these burdens. We're here supporting you. Give us these burdens as they come up, as they're reminded, as you think of them again. When you think of them, say, this is something that's weighing on me. I need to give it to my angels. I need to give it to your mom. I don't want this weighing on me anymore. It's making me feel unwell. It's making me feel not myself. It is smothering me. It is burdening for me. I want to give it off to my angels. I want to give it to my guides. And little by little each day, as you hand off the reminders, the thoughts, and the patterns that you've developed for 9 years, it's going to take a little while for you to let go of it entirely because the reminders will be there. The habits will be there. I want you to replace this thought, this burden, this feeling of just playing it over and over in your mind with a happy thought, with a happy memory, with a aspiration or a goal of yours that you may want to do, that you may want to look forward to. Does that make sense to you, for you?
100%.
Okay. Okay, good. So I'd like to thank him for that information, and I'd like to see if there is a message for Kelly for today. There's another guide, another angel, another bit of information for Kelly. To Kelly, this is, I want to go at your pace, okay? But there is,
This feels incredible.
okay. There
I feel
is.
like I'm at the hairdresser getting my head massaged right now. Just
That's good.
like,
That's the healing. That's the green healing energy.
I almost feel like I can't breathe, but I almost feel like I could fall asleep at the same time. Like it's
Yes.
like I can't really articulate it better than that. I feel like really zen, but like wow at the same time.
Good. Good. That's the energies lifting, and that's the energies healing. And if it's too much, you can just ask for the healing energy to step back, and it'll take a step back. And then whenever you want the healing energy to come back, I want you to imagine that little spark of green starlight, star healing light, and bring it in through your third eye, and then through your entire body when you're ready, and when you can accept it, and it won't be too overwhelming for you. But just take it in small doses. And if it is overwhelming, you can ask for it to step back, and it'll calm down. And then when you're ready, you can ask for it to rev up again, and it'll brighten up and start the healing again. You are in control. It is 100% up to you, the intensity level of this green starlight. So there is an energy here who would like to apologize. Is this something that you feel that you might be open to?
Yeah.
It's the cause of the tyranny. It's the cause of the trauma. He is wanting to apologize because he can see, he could feel he had to live through the trauma that he put you guys through. And he said he was old bag of wind or something like that. Old bag of wind.
Yeah,
Windbag. Somebody
that
call
is
him a
exactly
windbag.
what my mother used to call him, an old
Get that
windbag.
freak out of here. You're kidding me. Oh my God. He said that. I couldn't figure out what it was. Oh my God. He said that too. He said that's what he was. He was an old fart, an old windbag.
Oh my God, seriously, my mother used to say he was an old fart all the time.
Sorry, Kelly. This is very
Don't,
serious.
honestly, it's fine.
Validation is making me crazy. He is here, and he would like to apologize. He did have to live through the experience that he calls for everybody, and he wanted to come to apologize. He's giving me dirty, rotten scoundrel. He said he was really mean and nasty, and he was very insecure and in extreme fear of his own, and very greedy, and he just was overwhelmed with his own greed and his own materialistic lust and materialistic addiction. He was addicted, and he just lashed out, and he never meant to hurt you or your soul. It was his addiction, it was his illness, it was his negativity, it was his trauma. He didn't mean to dump that on you. That was his to carry. It's not yours. It's his misfortune, not yours. It never, nothing nothing made him feel good. Nothing would ever make him feel good. He just wanted to lash out and make everybody feel as horrible as he did, no matter how bad he felt.
I wonder who we're talking about.
Oh,
It
okay.
could, no, I mean, the first part about the windbag sounds like my stepfather, and that is exactly what my mother used to call him, an old fart, the old windbag. Um, and he had all of those wonderful qualities that you mentioned. That was my sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
But my father
Mm.
um
I
abused my mother, and so I like when
mm,
you were saying about the lust and all that stuff, it made me think maybe I was could be either one.
mm. I Initially, the energy that was coming in was your stepfather, and I wouldn't be surprised if they blended their energies because they were both a father figure to you, and they were both abusive in their own way. And
Yeah.
perhaps me describing this was
Yes.
their blended energies.
Yeah. But it all resonates.
You are an empath. You definitely know that, and you are an energy absorber, and even
I
negative energy, you absorb it.
definitely am. Yep.
You pick it up and you put it on your back like a backpack, and you're like, okay, I can carry
Yeah.
this. I can deal with
I
this.
think that's why this anxiety it created such fear within me that I didn't know who I was because I never broke before, if that makes sense. I was the one that everyone came to and I could fix it. And now I can't even fix myself. That is very accurate statement.
They want you to know that they're sorry, and they're asking if you could possibly forgive each one of them, and only if you're ready.
I can definitely forgive my father. I loved my daddy. But what my stepfather did, he didn't really I don't think he ever understood how much we cared for him and about him. And, you know, we're grown-ups. We're adults and we have lives and we're completely fine. What he did to us was nothing in comparison to what he did to our mother. I mean, she put her faith in, someone who didn't deserve it. He betrayed her. And I don't know how to let that go. I am working on it though.
The betrayal was his, not yours. You had no control over this situation.
That's correct. You are right. And I need to focus on that part because that is the truth. God, you're good, Gene. Jesus.
They're asking me to step back. They're stepping back, and I'm going to release both of their energies. And your guides are saying that you need to process this. Let me see. Anything you can do to help soothe yourself. You are in the healing process. The trauma is over. You already told me that the ashes have been spread, and the trauma is over. All of the drama is over,
Yeah,
and now it's time for healing.
100%.
I was just going to ask you to take a deep breath, but you just did.
Sorry.
No, no, that's a healing. You have to
I'm just doing my own reading over
bring it
here.
in. Yeah, you probably could. You probably could. Okay. Before you and I disconnect, is there anything else that you have a question, or that you see, or that you feel, or that you want to review?
Well, I don't know if this is, I don't know if I can ask for somebody or like
Sure. Give me a
I
name
would
if you want to talk to somebody. Yeah.
I would love to speak to my grandmother or my grandfather. I'll make it easy, which is Diana or George. My
Is it,
grandmother.
is this your mom's mom?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, give me a minute. She said, you know, they named a princess after me.
Jean, my grandmother's name, I was just going to say that. My grandmother's name is Diana Francis, which is Lady Diana's name.
I
Diana
have chills
Francis.
everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so funny. It never gets old. I'm telling you, Kelly, it never gets old. Wow. Okay, now we have her. Ah! So that it was a validation that her name was the same name. That's
That's
really nice.
correct.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you for validating that. And she says, my Kelly is healing. My Kelly is getting better. I'm so proud of my Kelly. And guess what? It's all behind you now. You have nothing but the rising sun in front of you. You've done your work that you had to do here on this earth. You are done going through the process and surviving all of that drudgery. You are on the road towards the horizon, and it's all behind you now. You can leave it all back there. Nothing but blessings and improvement and sunshine. And you'll feel like something lifting. You'll feel like you're a little more awake, that you're a little more, that you can see things a little clearer, that you can hear the birds and notice the grass, and just a little, you'll pay a little more attention because you're not shrouded
Yeah.
in this trauma, in this
Yeah.
negativity, in this abuse anymore. All of that is lifted and behind you. Can you give me a validating message for Kelly today? Something between you and her that would validate. I know that you already did. She's like, how much do you want? Some, just something, a little message for Kelly. Okay. She reached her hand back and reached for George. She said, tell her we're both here. She reached back and held his hand, like pulled him, grabbed his
Yeah.
hand and pulled him close. We're so proud of you. You did such a good job. You're through the worst of it. You met your challenge and you succeeded. You survived. You you got through to the other side. They're saying that a suggestion that is like, just take it with a grain of salt, but they're saying that you're going to be helping somebody else, that you're going to see, you're going to have the ability to see people who are going through trauma, who are going through heavy situations. And it may be a neighbor a couple doors down, or it may be somebody in the grocery store that you can just feel their energy. And you're going to reach out a helping hand and say, I know what you've been through. I've been there. You can get through this. And this is your wisdom. This is your gift that you're going to be carrying, and you're going to be sharing it with other people and helping other people lift up, and just sharing that you know what they're going through. This is your gift.
That's interesting. I've been thinking a lot about, you know, trying my luck at like tarot cards. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's calling to me. Like, I'm fascinated by it. You said neighbor, and I almost fell off my chair. My neighbor's husband passed away 2 nights ago,
Oh,
and this is the first time that I've seen her, and she came over here today, and I gave her a hug, and we sat and talked, and
oh,
I was
that's,
like, remember the tapping that I taught you? And she's like, yep, I remember, and that worked for me. So you're saying that, and I'm like,
you're going
I
to
don't want to,
help her.
I don't
That's
want
part of your
to, I don't want to
healing.
swear in front of my grandparents, but I was like, shit, I literally just did that. Wow. You are awesome.
Thank you.
You are awesome.
Thank you. What I'd
Um,
like to do now is I'd like to go ahead and thank your grandparents. Is there anything else before I let their energy go? Because I do
um,
need to release them. Go ahead. It's okay.
um, she always treated me like her daughter, and I'm so grateful. So I just want them to know that. That's all.
She's handing the baton over to you. You will fill that role of hers that she was. You will be that role for others in your family.
I used to twirl baton. I did. I was a world champion in 1979. Like, I'm not joking. I twirled baton for like 20 years.
Oh my
So,
gosh. That's why she's
so funny that you just said that. Yep.
That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank you for assisting me and making it so easy for me to connect with Kelly. You have a lovely family. Okay, so is it okay if we let their energies go now?
Yes, of course.
They're not going far. They're right beside you. They're always there. If you look at her picture, she'll be right there. If you think of her or need her, she'll be right there. If you want her to help you with the tarot cards, she said she wants to help you with the tarot cards. She will help you and help you with the messages and help you with the reading. She said it is healing. It is, everybody has this connection. We are intended to be human with a spirit connection. That connection was never intended to be broken. We were always supposed to have that open connection with spirit. She wants to help you. She'll be there. She'll always be there. That's beautiful. All right, thank you. And we're going to release your energies and we're going to let you go.
That was awesome.
You're
I mean,
awesome, Kelly. I love your
yeah,
energy.
really, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, you are a beautiful soul, Kelly. And
Thank
I
you.
really thank you for allowing me to tap into your energy and to share your loved one's energy with us today and for the opportunity to help you. What I
Right.
did today was I just asked my guides to guide me to the best thing for you for today. And they told me
Yeah.
that you're very raw, you're
Yeah.
very sensitive, you
Oh,
need
I am.
gentle doses.
I would appreciate that so very much. Jean, honestly, like, you are phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you for the
much.
opportunity, Kelly.